Yenche Tonto Sansa, and I said, Nene, I'm so glad to have my brother from another mother, Ogra Samohunto, joining me in the studios of Kesmi 107.1. Yebedika Kasafa, Enoma, Yankasa Yedi and Yehunu, Wabra Yura Tamale, Enoma Yankasa di Aswate, Wabra Yura Tamale. And then we can as well talk about the various developments that we've seen over the last 24 hours since we got into Tamale. So you get to hear him speak about that. But before that, Yankasanfa and Mama Manfo Tajinaso and the Twaba and Etonto Sansa, you know, and one of the see, in 2020, now said your minor ACTN, any baby are no minor did any channel. Various survey amount for Edeba Bontain research and commoditria amount for ne a man sign kodi, you know. At the deeper face and I got a phone in Nigeria to say, baby or mine didn't ya channel, name in Kaye and Senfata. And people thought, say, na ye baby who change in the 2020 elections. Because predominantly in the discussions in the lead up to the 2020 elections were matters concerning the economy. The fact that people were jobless, the fact that people were unemployed, the fact that living conditions in the country was deplorable. People were talking about the state of their roads. People were talking about the state of their pockets. So these were major issues. Na yeko 2020 elections, no, and you can say same of the 2016 elections. Going into the 2016 elections, it was about Kanyana na enyina ne naso. Dumso, even though the administration then, which was the John Dramani Mahama administration, had made moves and were dealing with the Dumso situation, but people were still hurt by the implications of Dumso. One of the issues and then we had the political party, New Patriotic Party, or also to see mu na was saying call for agene say or how no mu woman no any kwanya abina ye na adwen so be solve no e ye 9-day wonder enya no kre eto mo hihye ba kase see ba ye the one district one factory beba $1 million to a constituency, one village one dam baby ye way a tefidu mantemi, which is the northern side of Ghana. This was the kind of promise that omoye, and in fact in Tamale, and where your voice be omo taibo ewo Kesmi FM ha. When we came in, I heard them playing it. There's a voice of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo wojina simpiesua washable, and he was very clear and instructive in that commentary he made. That look, the people of the north, by the time I be free abemono obi abenye adwuma, and you had people cheering him on. They were excited because these were people who were eager to see jobs. These were people who were eager to see their livelihood change. So they jumped onto the bandwagon, followed Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, voted for him in the 2016 elections, and this is where we are after 8 solid years. After 8 solid years, IMF catcher say, what does that tell you? And the people of Tamale are pretty much aware of this situation. But you see, Mienka Kayeho and Noma Bia, Omoki Kachi and Konfo, they said the amount for AC reactive sabre in the lead up to the 2024 elections. Yes, I am free. Mami Dredini we na fe mede Sami Honto Abebna Yakwa and Komonoso. So this is a market woman who was crying out over the soaring food prices in Ghana. Who was crying out over the soaring prices in Ghana. And the fact said they were a normal money costro, and need one more. And the Omoshishani said, and was some webby every baby back. As wherever the help will come from, they don't know. All they are looking up to is the government. But the government is also not positioning itself in a way, a manner, a shame crime, a man for to swear that there will soon be a change. Because day in and day out, scandals are day in and day out, almost to say, Sika Miruko Botobonimo, day in and day out, yet to say, I buy me Munipa, as it says, Sika, Abonabo, and the Yanoma Hodo. There is nothing that inspires hope. There is nothing that inspires confidence in the average Ghanaian, especially this trader. Yeba born in the video, Eddie Achewe. Nothing. So in the run-up to the 2024 elections, no, Same Hunto would agree with me. All of you watching and listening to me would agree with me. Said the Ghanaian, the average Ghanaian today appreciates and knows where our person didn't mind call, and they know which issues would inform them as they go into the polls. So as for the rallies in India, Same Beka or Same Hunto Beka say rallies in India moment yeah. Any part of Momo Koha or for Mungugu buses mo take them to various points. No more or campaign. But the reality is that over Shem man, you go and blow trumpets, you go and beat the drums, you go and dance, you go and shout at these rallies. But in the end, the reality will hit you that you are jobless. The reality will hit you that food prices are up. The reality will hit you that and then ukra 20 Ghana cedis are and Drubabia. The reality will hit you. Then they will cry 100 Ghana cedis in Rubabia. The reality will hit you. That then they will cry 1,000 Ghana cedis. So they back on Makra and will fear. Say it is top money in Rubabia. That is the reality. So let's watch this trader. And Central for Nene Kasai. You're kind.
Because this is 300. 3,100. It is just 1 million a day. It's too much. It's too much. It's me pamucho. The cost in the moon country because you were jump. Nijene ejalaba wa hu naka anaboda. Naka anaboda nijete 450. Naka amenga boda na meno yejeme. Nana ni kanye yu one nyeme. Nana ni kanye yu one. Nije bisi 2,300. 2,200. Koto kukome. What?
Trader no na kasano. And her views are quite clear. Manifesto Same Hunto. Same, good morning to you and thank you for joining us on KWESI 107.9 Power FM Manifesto TV XYZ. Kawula.
Tamale.
Kawula.
Stand up.
Stand up, Tamale. And they are already up. It's morning. They are up already.
Happy set. For the first time in my life, I'll be more Tamale.
I don't Mahada.
No.
This is the first time.
All the 5 northern regions. I've never been here.
Mensumesa, you are not alone.
Making sure you're driving in a bike. Many kumpa was a madam, you know, I want to see everything.
And you saw things.
And I saw things. Tamale is a beautiful place.
Answer me about Tamale no. Kasafo mami ya sebia. What did you do home? One any ya drink. Is that a reality? And I say wo ha na ni keke.
Nana kwamie. About 2 months in Sanso. 2016. So ko hwe mami no madwadi fo a. Na omusu anu omusu no. Enye sa esu webi. 2016 ne mami no madwadi fo esu a omusu se omo market no. Aban embassy. And Famomo, a buying build or market and Famomo 2016 no, and only Swan Musu. And how did the Mahama NDC government responded to this call? Almost shall see ACC markets, ultra modern markets. Some of the markets who call West Africa, Unyani baby, like Kumasi Ketia market, like Otakraba market, like Aswasi market, like Muru market. Any Miamia who do be brave, call a Yohu Central Market, almost see it. That was the call, and the government was responding to their call. And the market women, any traders, you know, they are not even calling for the government to improve the state of their market. Market too.
Yeah.
Even how to survive as traders.
It's a problem.
It's a problem. Why? Because you were 2 Jimmy a year inflation. And you 2 Jimmy. Exchange rates. And the mameno se Biden or Tomo, se Garen or Tomo, once inflation was through. Na a year fuel prices was through. Na exchange rate was through. O cost through back from a bear effective. And then the market women, Ubiache say, they are not even thinking about making profit. They are thinking about how to survive their capital, how to survive their business. And even that they cannot. This one was in Uko Accra, the same Sunwa, and it cuts across everywhere you go. I dread for Esuni. Obit me sorry, Cocotina, a jum. the whole day when you be manning to ade
Papa paisa
oko kantamanto oko abuso kan titu baby ton spare parts sometimes kwame and no enter abuso kan a one job beka say wa baby in the shop ne keke but they are not selling because you don't see anybody standing there patronizing.
You see, funny enough, and right, you better Tamale, no, you bowra job ho, and you bowra lorry station. The Okan was a similar situation. It was as if say where you ghost down.
That is it.
And we had a driver who was saying, "Say, we be jina no paisa man for mra." Virtually, a Canadian said, "Na man for pubano." That is not what he is experiencing these days.
That is the state. Tina American Ghana for say about to win soon, so elections has consequences. We don't just vote because you want to vote. But let me make some quick correction.
Yeah.
Now you were saying say as a 2016 Ghana for believe and I said the situation was that the economy wasn't good and for that matter Ghanaians voted for change. Because the change that Ghana for voted 2016 is not because the economy was mismanaged as it was propagated by NPP. Never. Because Okatakyie said 2016 na economy was mismanaged. Again, I can say track record at the best. You check the economic indices in 2016. Now they are compared the economic indices that we have today.
At that time, there was nothing to compare
and
to.
According to
at that time, there was nothing to compare to. But saying a reality, not the reality. So the reality then was that baby, I need to know.
You cannot. Yes, it is wrong for anybody to believe. Say 2016, as a 2016, the economy was so bad. Economy and bad, no. Na etia a year ne cow the any debt.
Yes.
Principals, any interest
yes.
in no chia.
Yes.
I said that Yantisi will be a investment, say or the Nisika Koto government treasury bill, and as a bond, I catch and say with all this, that 2016 economy, no, it created economic buffers like stabilization fund, like sinking fund, like infrastructure development fund, like ESLA, nina economic buffers. And Sana NDC Mahama Afrifa. Now all these buffers nesikagum.
But you see, people were oblivious of this.
But today,
because people were oblivious of this at that time because na omafa dumsomu ama omunyumani bia say. Na at that time no inflation in baby na ejina no as at that time na enyo
nana
as at that time that ene mom na wo de toto sa bre na obeka say sa bre na
Ghanaians voted for change because they were deceived in 2016. You cannot tell me say 15.4 inflation worse than 54% inflation Akufo-Addo dey kwa na nam 22.
But at that time we had just come out of a single digit inflation.
And now
so how did we get there?
Under Mahama, can you tell us number of international business investors omu leave the shores of Ghana because of this doomso energy crisis are cramping down more businesses? You can't get. But today, take your phone and Google. You get over 15 international investors, companies, businesses are leaving the shores of Ghana because of what doomso. Yes, doomso was not Mahama creation.
Absolutely.
Doomso was a visionary, I can say a
legacy problem.
Legacy problem. Doomso intensify first, and Akufo. And then Akufo the Akufo is the first in the first attempt. Was the so for Edo Muko Akufo Munko Bompaye.
Yeah.
And every day no Bompaye. And then Alpha Daily Graphic in the Ghanaian Times and Kabon say atro. Akosumbo dam ne level ni atro de ato ne etre Ghana for say munyanka nia o because Akosumbo dam na kofom enti obi amompa ye ne de asofo ni akobompa ye we realizing who say a common sense na we nya something spiritual no.
Yeah.
The next attempt was to bring in a toy generators
according to Reku
toy generator according to Reku Brobe according to toy generators the buy or buy no who say no we nya bayira brewajo no afem wo na ni kire bui dam something or sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah na MPP for this said your mediocre achievement in the company no or sergeant for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah visibility studies award contract a Russian contractors movie on site and no marshal so musi bui dam and the same MPP or more forefathers overthrow Kwame Nkrumah.
That's right. Overthrow Kwame Nkrumah. Say amakwa. Sabra na Osajo for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah and making those moves.
Yes.
There was fierce resistance.
Almost say we are a Nyaman and a contractor and the site almost NPP say we then Kufo Okoko Pemu he has to go back to the basis, go back to where Kwame Nkrumah left. And Odibui. Buino gradually get money. Yet the cocoa 150,000 metric tons.
Yeah.
And the Kosia our China. And the DC, this guy, DC Buidam. Buidam, no Kufosi saying, when ye Professor Miss by and only vindictive, a visionary, or by and over twice to complete. Emma Buidam will ye. And they said the solar panel crash have become. Yet, not the energy capacity demand a Ghana for Yano. Still not enough. So when Mahama came, Ghana economy has Ghana population and power generation has a demand so. When they were telling Mahama to manage the situation, Mahama said, "No, I will not manage the energy crisis.
Rather, I'll fix
it." So there no under Professor Mills already you see a 2 gas processing plant and akufo oto drobeng from Accra Tema all the way to Alatamamu for gas. But Professor Mills said so be we are and this is one caso abrewa. Tienya say a $1 billion a year gas processing facility. When they were building, as I made NPP before comes over a horse, a truck, Omoka so a near man ship on day and Yaman
and one of the people who led that advocacy was also Bempa. More and a Hifaro.
Oh yeah, Juma. And in a poor no minister why resign.
That's right.
Almost say Yano crack
and also Bempa.
More by the time of no near see $1 billion gas facility. I ne almost 60% of your gas supply in Ghana no and not a supply. Oko a 2 gas one na a 2 phases, first phase and second phase. Most Mahama completed the first phase and a wajuma. A Kufuadu Abayamba for 8 years in here. The second phase no movie any attempt to complete it. So Mahama put in place
structures.
Kofa and Mary, Kofa car power. You can go power purchasing agreement are buying under Mahama Coin and several of them. And making sure say Ghana now a generation capacity ain't enough. I think where they be excess energy capacity because Mahama and say Ghana ain't the hub of electricity.
And let's make this quite clear. Say excess capacity no link later no. MPP no buy or this kasa no betu. Say ye benya enyinam kane ahwo de a ebusu aye huru de emfanye.
Yes,
it's no more complaining.
Mahama government thought about excess capacity, not excess in the ways that we are wasting it. Yenim se Cote d'Ivoire here electricity. Yenim se Togo here electricity. Yenim se Nigeria here electricity. Yenim se Burkina Faso here electricity. Ye immediate neighboring countries now obia here electricity. Ti Mahama in such a way say ye be export electricity to our neighboring countries. And indeed 2017 Akufo-Addo nakasa bio na nuto say we are now exporting electricity
and it's a 2017 a month for crampon kaya na say na ye kan ye dundum rough no ano mo beso mo be ma ye timetable no President Akufo-Addo ba bontin be ka say kania ye de ma manfo ma
so the visionary John Dramani Mahama
and
make sure say yenya excess said ye be ya excess near ton and to say Ghana your population in the energy demand in a grow. Either we top up our generation or we cut off the supply at the moment. So at every given time, no, Ghana will be enough energy capacity to do our businesses. This is what Mahama did. When you ask them 7.5 years, capacity saying
they have nothing to say.
So,
but let me.
Dumso wasn't a creation of John Dramani Mahama, and Ghanaian didn't vote against Mahama 2016 because the economy was managed. Ghanaians bought into the lies and deceit of Akufo-Addo and NPP government, and they are seeing the reality. Tina Mekacho say elections consequences. MPP for them. They are still lying to Ghanaians.
So, Mami found a year lies be. And the reaction to some of the lies, you know, Bako Emerald, Yansha, a year a month for our moton cars. Our Matia Baumia Sad, Sabrea, Wire campaign, or Matia the San in Semibia, Waki Katromo, and no more reaction to some of the issues he's raising. Yeromo.
Bra, Dr. Bawumia be the president. Bra, Jeff, Dr. Bawumia be the president here. Obama move money. Obama move phone. I saw Obama phone. I want to tell you.
15 plus on my door, and okay, 15,000. Me na so brand new.
I saw Dr. Bawumia can over just over one as I say.
I'm going class.
That's what you call NPP. I didn't know. Yes,
I'm free.
I didn't.
Me kasa me NPP ni bi ma gise Canada Japan na ba meto aba NPP. On your kind of.
E dia fi to ba
to NDC. Na NDC was.
I didn't know maybe gather John Mahama nya no.
John here. Masere me bo ne fa cha wo nyame.
What's the fa cha nyame no?
Fa do aye nti John here pa.
Say nya kufa ne ba Bawumia.
Oh na Bawumia de se nwura. Bawumia de nwura.
Ba so ba betwa 11.
O betwa ayi condom ga do be condom no ntwam.
Papa no what do you mean man no?
O mo di Ghana sha ne so be bubu o man no.
I say opestio.
Ne boss no kura bubu no no e.
Still ni bigua.
E bigua o meta mo ye.
Ana mo ga na say muni pa bebe ba mu wanya obi aka say papa fa Dr. Bawumia. Mo tan na.
Ya ntano ne ne.
Abi bi so bu fura ba mu ko opposition on be bi mo on be bre papa.
Na PPP po ba ba fa.
MPP on ko opposition. Bawumia ye dan so be ko.
Bra.
NDC John Mahama so ye mistake no mu wia ne ye be kwa akoburo no. Ka kire John Mahama so ye mistake ye be kwa akoburo no.
Na say na ye MPP ni na afia de.
Na free ho. Me free ho me si matuma ba ma MPP bi nko tetim nko metwa me nsa no kra to atwene.
That's right.
Ba wo gu madwuma me matuma ba ma.
What's the same to pa o?
Na me pe. Ma me ntube cha do ma wo gu mi ye. Obi a wo gu madwuma. Na nadu o gu madwuma me metuma ba ma Bawumia. No no ba be.
So ba betwa 11.
Oni hwe ka. So ayi Bawumia oni hwe ya magana.
Okay.
O bibi ya oni na nadu ne bu o ma no ye vice. Onya minister mpo vice.
Na enkoye.
Onim hwe.
Ana ebusafo se mate o. Ti go se wonim hwe Bawumia nim hwe. Mo bi ankoto aba ma no. Na da.
Bi anto aba ma no. Onya nipa 1 million vote message samidin.
Na obe adwa no mra sa ade adwa na ana skedi mu na Dr. Bawumia so ba ho beto. Dr. Bawumia so ba ho beto.
Montra no na hoto.
Ye gufa de ye nya no abi no so na we ye no. Sisi ade o fufu ina. Mu hwe.
Yampa Bawumia hoto.
Of Accra, indicating that look, they've not been hoodwinked to buy into the various promises that Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia is making. For instance, that promise of providing a pay as you go service, in as much as he claims that the people of Ghana need mobile phones, a high purchase scheme in getting mobile phones or smartphones. The people have rejected that claims, saying that it is another deceit. For them, it's a deceit from the pit of hell, and they would not want to buy into that kind of promises again. You remember that in 2016, going into the elections, these were some of the screaming, mouth-watering promises that they gave to the people of Ghana going into the elections. And here we are listening to some artisans clearly indicating that, look, we will not be hoodwinked this time around. You're still watching TVXYZ. You're listening to us on KESME 107.1. It's a special edition of Jabwase on both platforms, KESME 107.1, TVXYZ, and then Power 97.9. I am Kwame Minka. I'm here with my good brother, Samo Hunto from Original TV, and we are doing our observation, giving you an idea of what's on the mind of the Ghanaian voter going into the elections. And it's all part of our build-up to the NDC campaign launch, which takes off tomorrow. But ahead of that, we're going to be hearing from some members of parliament. We'll also be hearing from some executives of the NDC who have been moving to the various communities, engaging the people, speaking to them on their policies, the 24-hour policy, and many other policies that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama intends to implement when he's voted into power. So these are the issues that we are discussing. But for now, we're looking at a group of artisans who spoke to a brother who was shooting them on his camera, and them giving an indication that they will not be hoodwinked by the promises this time round. Now, we also spoke to a group of people in Tamale. One is NPP and the other NDC. Me pese wutie omonsem omokaye ene ba bi omugina with regards to de be inform mo wa bra mo kwa akoto aba this year yenti e no na fe yaba na yabedi nkomo no tie we.
The reason why I said listen, not everything like this. If you want to count like example like members of NPP in South, like some people in NPP, there are many. But NDC, there are many, but they don't have use for we Northerners.
I'll come to you shortly.
They don't have use for we Northerners.
Let me ask you, how does that culminate into money in your pocket, development in your community, dealing with poverty, infrastructure that will invite investors to come to the country? How does loving people from the north culminate into these things? Community. How does it turn into money in your pocket, dealing with poverty, dealing with the infrastructure? How does loving people from the north deal with those things?
Example like what is standing now? NPP done.
Okay.
And NPP, the reason why I love them more much is
No, we are still so this one and then which one?
yeah, we have stadium when we have a lot of things in Northern.
Mention those things.
And we have stadium, we have a lot of hospitals in Northern.
Where are they?
When you go to like some, there is some there, they are building it. When you go
They are building it.
they are still on
After how
it.
many years?
It's just 2 years going now.
So they are still building
They are still building it. And when you come like education side, there is them, they are not giving us money, but they used to do us to let us go a lot of schools or go forward more than NDC. But NDC, they will come and do one day show and go. But
one day show, what does that mean?
yes, they will come and give you money for your package. And the money for your package, it can't let you use it for any business.
NDC has not done any infrastructure.
No.
No school.
No.
No
Apart from
hospital.
Rollies,
No roads.
apart from Rollies, Atomic and John Maman, they didn't do anything.
How's business?
But it's fine. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's fine.
At the end of the money, you make it fine.
Oh, as I'm near those about Jumano and Koye my by oh no the customer friend. Okay.
Wait, just 2 minutes. It was again at the end of war. A human one Koye.
Police for no I know emo high power. Yantimi Gina Coinsu for be wet more for be no Michu. Muchu but my hundreds and after the Obetma Bakura 1 years asking.
Never buying shares way. A buying shares a petrol war.
Peton body Antimika and the Antimika. Peton dear massa.
The board
Yes, and the boy de power massa. See, a person boy, Petron and Buffon Cacram.
NPP are buying a boy. Oh, my boy Ghana. My boy Tamale.
David. Boy power.
Chim,
Hey, massa.
Chim, Baby, I don't know.
Hey, massa. The NPP for no there. Oh, yeah, Mumbai and Nesta Moon, yeah, because nice. Oh, quite jargon. You got
I said, how are you? Good. Tell me about business. How's business?
Business is fine.
Business is fine. Has the NPP government done so well?
No. You know that one.
Continue.
Pama the problem because Pama Chamka I took to one Lana, I was on Kunyala, I would have a shop in Abilene Bon Lormas, the problem in the Shamba. So to men no matter period and Temokora, but the Punga de Badira. So I make Kunya Lorma. People like Pama and Gillet, I could feel double sound. Abilene Bon Lormas.
What about Mahama? Do you think Mahama can solve these problems?
Mama Tamara could have come 10 city, tank my employment. I must want 100 city, tank my employment. So I told Yelama, but you hadn't put no lot of pump. I could have been the long way. I will buy Lorma.
So this year you vote for Mahama?
Yes. Mama is coming better.
Thank you. So those are the names of people right here in Tamale that we spoke to, a couple of them speaking Dagbani, and then we've had others also speaking in English as well. The other gentleman that we met at the car park, the lorry station, indicated that, look, a number of projects in Tamale were started by the NPP administration, and he feels that NDC has not done well in Tamale. And then the other gentleman that we spoke to talked about the living conditions. They are drivers, so obviously they will talk about the prices of fuel and how that is becoming really, really difficult for them. So I mean, and somewhere, you know, what here, I mean, people say, what do you want to did you, gentleman, or MPP, you know, say, about Tamale Hana, about Puntu Numa, well, who the NDC employer?
Nana, it to be my mentia a chief. It's a normal. Say, Oko Abontis, I will sample Ghana for Adrian. Ubenya, Ubi or MPP ni, and or Kasa or Bekasa in favor of his party. Ubenya NDC ni, or Bekasa in the favor of his party. But the reality is, say, Oko grounds and I say Oko history now call records more. Who has the superior record? When the MPP ni Kasano, Kofo ebedi 8 years. Akufuado Baumia 8 years in a way. Okabumwa 16 years. He only mentioned sports stadium.
That there is a couple of schools.
He
wasn't specific
because I can tell you for a fact, say NPP and Akufo 8 years, they didn't put up one secondary school building here in Tamale or Northern Region, because the whole Ghana. For 8 years, when see one single secondary school, it's a fact. Even 24 secondary schools are also upgrading now in model secondary schools. Went to me. Akufuado Baumia promised Ghanaians, including the good people of Northern Region and Tamale, 350 brand new secondary school within 1.5 years within their first term.
From scratch.
After almost 8 years, there's no single secondary school built by Akufuado and Baumia government. And 16 years of MPP reign, 8 years and Akufo, 8 years and Baumia Akufo, no. They cannot even boast of one secondary school. The only thing they can talk about is stadium. Is it not Tamale Stadium? The name Keke. I almost started from Tamale Stadium to Aliu Mahama Stadium. Right. And costing Ghana for over 1 billion Ghana cedis. The name Keke. The name Keke.
So it means NPP associated more with scandals.
You see, you need a visionary to understand a visionary leadership. When a visionary leader, a ruler, you need Obia also advance and what you say. Tamale hospital is one regional hospital. One is here. One a be upgrading no. Emani teaching hospital. Airport no. One is here. Now one a be upgrading Mani International Hospital. Secondary schools say what Northern Region. We the be Kwame Nkrumah person see the rest. Mills, Mahama, Rollins, Legacy. Electricity. Why na Ghana mamuomo obetimi accrediting ho Ghana for timi crediting say on na boy my electricity by a Northern Region power. Is it not NDC?
Of course.
Check the rules.
And Tamale Township roads.
Yes, check the roads.
Completely bad.
The road are already about Tamale. And inner city, town roads, what Tamale.
Yeah.
Check the roads. Who?
But they'll say they've also constructed a flyover.
Accra
from the Sino Hydro.
I had a kind of flyover. Accra, the MP before say a interchange.
Oba also want to be on.
MP
friend interchange.
Accra, the interchange.
But
the reality is a flyover.
Oh, okay.
But who call Accra, MP before say a interchange. But the reality is a flyover. Now flyover so near Kadia. Mahama has the biggest flyover. Mahama has the biggest interchange. Okotema runabout interchange. Mahama project. Mahama secure the funding. Mahama breki ekati sword. Juma Akufo Adubai na sika no bia da ho. Okopokwase interchange. 3 tier interchange no. Mahama project. Mahama breaking grounds, Mahama secure funding, Mahama secure parliamentary approval, everything was there. Mahama ye. Oko Abusokai interchange. Moye. Mahama project. The second phase of Kwame Nkrumah, the same company, Chorus Gavayo, Omona ye. Mahama secure funding, Mahama break grounds, Mahama enya parliamentary approval as an Ufrabem. When you go to Kaswa interchange, Mahama.
And let me remind your viewers and your listeners, say about Facebook Live, Power 979, and I feel so Kesme 1071. Ye Mahama projects to be UGMC Ridge Hospital and in Nwoma in Sanwedma.
Mahama over the circle interchange at Akufo almost assassino with the interchange you see why ebemim. That's what they told Ghanaians. And circle here interchange and the Mahama building interchange almost 8 years in here assassinate MMA. So we near this wadihuna. That's what you be thinking. O person who interchanges are NPP for ya. Go to Kumasi Asafo. Interchange na esi one mono. Nenai the pillars no. Sebio and then na esi from Cryepe. Go to a Sofola. Sofola interchange. Kufuor na shasiye. Kufuor completed only 15%.
Yeah.
15%. It took Professor Mills' government to put it out where it is today. The same strategy NPP before adopted. Kufuor shasiye will see a year Sofola interchange 2008 a year election year just to deceive the good people of Ashanti region for their vote.
So adopted the same strategy.
The same strategy.
It's a touch and go.
6 months for Kufuor Bawumia government to say bye bye to Ghana for no. They are now building a yes Swami interchange. And by the time was 6 months to they will not even get to 10%. So it will be left to John Dramani Mahama and NDC to come and complete it.
Especially at the time so far. A number of polls appointed say Ghana for better 20 years.
The truth is that 2016, the difference between 2016 and 2024 election is 2016 Ghanaians voted based on lies to that being told to them.
And in 2024
Ghanaians are going to vote based on reality. Based on reality. Said the Kufuor if you are system network. And the NDC now free Tamale air quackra na VIP bus no mojo saying. STC no mojo saying. And they are saying. Businessmen are more Tamale. And the NDC 2016 now for flight.
Yeah. From
Tamale to Accra. Now what you are saying.
Yeah.
And what you are saying. I'm told it's a 2,500 Ghana.
Absolutely.
Good.
So imagine in and out.
That's the reality. Yena me buy my own say Pragia. Any motor bikes in the year Juma wa hapa.
Yeah.
2020 year 2020 year now okoto motorbike to say royal motor okoto am say is it 150 bb now they were selling at 2,500 Ghana cedis to 3,000 and the motorbike the same motorbike you need 12,000 13,000 to buy the same motorbike.
And apart from buying the motorbike, when you buy it and of course you want it to work for you, obviously you need to fill it with fuel.
That is the
so you had the riders.
Yeah, we are talking about the reality. We are talking about the reality. As at 2016, na sa moto no kra no na enu 1,005. But today you need 13,000 Ghana cedis to get that motorbike. Unya motorbike ni now you are going to buy fuel. And the NDC, the whole gallon no selling at 14 Ghana cedis.
A gallon.
A gallon.
Yeah.
14 Ghana cedis. And then the same gallon is selling at 67 Ghana cedis.
So approximately 70 Ghana cedis.
Yes. So that is the difference. That is the reality. To whom much is given, much is expected. Mahama got only 4 years as a president. And we can pinpoint Ejuma omoyeye our northern region.
And we are still looking at Nadana Omuguso Omoyeno. But you see, one other thing I was also noting is the second lady who is wishing to be the first lady of the Republic of Ghana, Samira Bawumia. So in 2016, she was, portraying herself as a woman of virtue or Shemaya feeling home. And those in Tamale would appreciate what I'm saying. Say, if you're a woman of that caliber or that profile, now Okwa Bontain, now you're dressing, is of that nature now, people tend to assume say we a woman of virtue ubu a Muslimi a someone home. Now let's watch her in 2016 and I feel so 2024. Yes, and she's beginning to portray as such. In 2016, Obekaya Honto Ojina Simpie so I would trouble President John Dramani Mahama. Now what in this back at Artisan Proya so Mahama ebusasa amanfo hunu and I say wakasa amanfo hunu dia warrior. We see you when we see your billboards, we see corruption. When we see this, we see that. Etiana dia na amanfo hunu fa yes Samira Baumia ho also we're holding on the little straw in order to be able to help her husband campaign his way into the Jubilee House. So let's watch some of the things she's been saying and then her posturing going into the elections. Let's start with what she said in 2016.
Are we ready for a new president? Yes. Are we ready for honest leadership? Yes. Are we ready for a competent leader? Yes. Omanpenyi Mahama said, Ghana and Cheni area fearsome. Ewa Musana. On Wednesday, when we take our ballot paper, we will remember 8 years of corruption. They will remember Wyoming. They will remember Sada. We will remember Suba. We will remember Bass Branding. We will remember all the monies they have appropriated to themselves on Wednesday. When we take our ballot paper, on Wednesday, we will remember the arrogance of the NDC government. We will remember their lies. They've insulted doctors. They've insulted teachers. They've insulted nurses. They've insulted ordinary citizens of Ghana for asking them how they are using our money. We will remember that the 200 senior secondary schools they couldn't build. We will remember that under NDC, various stages of completion means bare land and a billboard. We will remember the almighty incompetence. We will remember that they have doubled the interest rate in 4 years. We will remember that when they took over, the exchange rate was 1.2 to $1. Today it's 4.3 to $1. We will remember that they haven't solved Doomso after 5 years of hardship. We will remember all of their incompetence and mismanagement. And more importantly,
and you know what? This was in Accra at a mammoth rally where she mounted the podium, mounted the stage, and then talked about things. Yedebekai, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, predominantly in her speech was a talk about corruption. Same Hunto Wanuye, I was asking, no, Yabeba, the but you see, right after time, Omunya Tumino, let's watch her. I mean, by way of the way I would dress it. And for the people of Tamale, they are particular about their religion, especially the Muslims. They are particular about their tradition, how you look when you present yourself before the elderly, how you look when you present yourself in the public, your posture and the way you talk. Do you exude the traditions and the beliefs of the people? So that was what she was trying to portray when she was on that stage making those pronouncements, that she's a woman of virtue, a submissive woman, a Muslim woman who believes in truth over harmony. Question is, 7 to 8 years down the line, the issue of truth over harmony, has it been indicative of the kind of governance her husband, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Baumia, who is the head of the economic management team, has provided to the people of Ghana? Is there anything to showcase that? But here's Samira Baumia on a platform making those pronouncements. And if those pictures are ready, let's watch what she's doing again in 2024. So you realize that the same apparel, the same Maya Fina or the best channel, that is the same thing I watched last year whilst we are moving into the 2024 elections. I'll bring Sammy Hunto in. He's not gone anywhere. He's still with us here on KESME 107.1, Power 97.9, and then TV XYZ. This is an extended version of our Tonton Sansan. And we are telling you as it is. The situation we find ourselves in, the kind of deception that will come to you in the run-up to the elections. This is a portrait now. This is Samira Baumia, whose handbag, Samir will tell you how much it cost. This is Samira Baumia, the second lady, who has refused to advise the head of the economic management team, whom she described in a run-up to the 2016 elections as an economic whiz kid, about the situation traders are going through, about the situation drivers are going through, about the suffering of the masses. She has refused to advise her husband. She does not even see the situation a number of you are going through. So now going into the 2024 elections, they are back in their apparel. She is back dressed like one of you. She is back looking like a virtuous woman, looking holier than thou. And she is in your community talking to you. Do not be deceived by this posturing. And that is what I'm pointing out to you. They are back. 2024. So beyond the humongous promises that her husband will be making, and the lies and the mudslinging that he'll be throwing, and the shades he'll be throwing at Mahama, the wife, who is the second lady, would also be coming to you like a sheep. Meanwhile, she's a wolf. She's a wolf in a sheep's clothing. When the reality dawned on us during the COVID time, all the monies that Ghana got as a result of donor aid and support, the canvassing and the call for people to donate, all the monies that the government of Ghana got, I'm just wondering, what did she ask her husband as far as those monies are concerned? And I'm using the Ghanaian society, which she's riding on, in order to hoodwink some of you to be asking these questions. In a Ghanaian home, a good woman would always talk to her husband when he's going the wrong direction. So if she's a good woman as she's portraying to be, has she been able to speak to her husband about the current situation at EFM? So that's the posture going into 2024 about 20 more. But Sammy, wabra wo be no, wey ebe dada nkofo ana. Will people fall for the same trick?
You see, I just mentioned, say, Ghanaian voted in 2016 based on lies. NPP are buying catch-up, then opposition. By 2024, Ghanaians will vote based on reality. I mean, first, Samira Baumian, she was talking about corruption. And what did she say? She made mention of Air Bas Brandon.
Yeah.
She made mention of Wayumi.
Jeddah.
She made mention of Jeddah. Jeddah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Today, Oka Jeddah, Oka Sada.
Yeah.
Omoti Accra katre and say, Enyana NDC abambe duya ni na ashe. But UDS, Tamale na me
absolutely.
Omo report omo de buy say Enyano 85% of the Enyano muduya no survive here. And ne Samuel Abujinapo say Green Ghana. Can they tell us the rate, the percentage in Enyano meduya as to speak Ghana for? We don't know how much taxpayers' money has been committed into this project. We don't even know. Can they tell us the survival rate
and the current state?
Can they tell us? We was talking about Bas Branding. Bas Branding is 2.5 million Ghana cedis. Even with this, the then chief of staff, Honorable Julius Debra, MBK sure said they refunded the excess money. A minister was fired. The lady Fatima was fired. Or Kabibi or Sidney, Woyomi. Alfred Agbesi Woyomi. NPP for na moment of contract. And a more abrogate. And a course judgment debt. Mokache say Woyomi ba, Woyomi dear, are they crying? NPP government has been in power. Yes, has been in power 7.5 years to 8 years.
Yes.
Woyomi onasunti fie. Woyomi otinsawam. Woyomi sikane saying and omaje ediaba. Now when you talk about judgment debts, Can you quantify the amount of money Ghana for year tria as a cause of a judgment debt because of the incompetence of this government? This Attorney General 2x4 Attorney General with him amount of money. Now we are paying a year judgment debt in 300 million euros, $300 million, $50 million. So that's what I'm telling you. Say 2016 Ghana for to back on lies in reality. He's talking about arrogance. What's the NDC are buying?
We are hand time.
Hand time. Really?
You Ghana for.
Very good. And ne. Ono ankasa ni kunu. Bomia. Yebisa ni say. Oh, yani edi esika kwaye investment or banks are buying ba obi collapse here egu no. E dey na buying be ye e dey amaya. Ozo when you were making money there, nobody complain. No. Nobody complain. When you were yielding your results of your investment, nobody complain. Now everybody want to complain because when you're arrogant, so when you're arrogant, I would be lying to the good people of Ghana. And now Kufuado and Namwa or instructed him for to get up from their throne
because Waba
to greet him.
Yeah.
Akufuado 8 me instructing the minister. Koko Katros our hineno. So I'm sorry. Meanwhile, because you're born national anthem. Now so this same Akufuado, nani bejina nchen no ye call once you're born national anthem.
Why are they?
Why you call once you're born national anthem. On can one shade.
Yeah.
You were Akufuado minister, former deputy minister. William Kwetu. He described Northerners as liars. He described Northerners as liars, and it's on record. Akufuado minister. He described a whole Northerners. So omuye liars.
And he's not the first or last.
True or false?
There are many of them.
And when you talk about arrogance of power,
including the
party bang, any leader bang, and they arrogant than NPP. Who is arrogant than Akufuado? Who? Do you know? And I'm catching say 2016 then was lies. 2024 a reality.
A reality.
He was talking about say lies. Hey, Samira Baumia party being an okawe 2016 say lies. And then we take your phone and Google the liar, the word acclaimed, undisputed champion, Baumia. And then the unborn generation crying himself Baumia is a liar. Baumia is a living legend when it comes to lies. And nobody can compare his record to Baumia when it comes to lies. One editor MPP are buying. Kona kofa ni amaudo promise Ghana for in 2016. Never the reality. So lies don't go there. That's what I'm saying. It's a 2016 MPP campaign on lie, deceiving Ghanaians on lie and reality.
Because of time,
he's talking about the incompetence. Really? Incompetence? John Dramani Mahama as head of economic management team as vice president. What was the inflation rate? NDC manage economy no inflation for almost 4 years, 3 consecutive years, a single digit in this country. And then under Nikunu Baumia, economic whiskey, economic messiah, and now done IT champion, almost 12 Ghana cities, and they still call yourself say we are papa. He was talking about public debt, and the NDC. Kufuor LV public debt of 9.4 billion Ghana cedis. Mers Mahama LV over 110. The public debt from Kwame Nkrumah person to Kufuor to Mers Mahama, Rollins to Mahama no. Now 120.2 billion.
That's right.
Today, a Kufuor government as at June, your public debt is 741 billion Ghana cedis. So what from Kwame Nkrumah to Mahama every month. Just 8 years, by less than 3 years, or Eurobond Kojiska.
Yeah.
Almost every 3 months, we are not Koji a year bond. And now, because of their poor economic and mismanagement of the economy, no, Ghana we don't even have access to Eurobond. We don't even have access. We don't even have access because your rating, your credit rating, and you're worse. So we cannot even have access to it. Talking about economic buffers. Mahama built economy characterized with a doom swan on he was building economic buffers. Mills Mahama inherited oil field. Mills Mahama added 2 more. Just 8 years. 2 more. Akufo-Addo has been in power for 8 years. How many words from the account? 0. Economic buffers. When you talk about a year sinking fund, the discount now is collateral. When you talk about a year investment, Ghana investment fund,
yeah,
you didn't know a year collateral. Okokofa get fund.